60 years old, and I've been riding mountain bikes since 1983. I started riding Highland in 2006. We got up the lift and saw these wooden features coming out of the trees, and I was like, this is super cool. I like riding the big jumps as much as I like riding tech, so I love doing both. It's cool that you have a bike park that offers dirt jumps, slope style, big mountain jumps, real technical riding, all in one mountain. I've been riding big drops now for 15 years, and I'm still learning. I'm still progressing. I ride with a very young bunch of riders, and keeps me young. I'm glad that I'm part of that, and I think that's amazing when you realize I'm 6 years old and I'm still riding bikes at a high level.
I started riding here when I was 7 years old. I was really stoked when I first got here. Like, I could see the slope course. It was so sick. So Highland has really made me progress. The beginner's park on the side of the mountain was a really helpful thing, and the dirt jumps really helped me out. I really learned a lot of tricks here. 360s was one of my first tricks I learned on the resi from the foam pit. Tuck nose, the resi was a big one. I want to see other kids come here more, have the same kind of progression I've had almost. That would be cool to see.
So I grew up locally in the area here and started racing at a fairly young age. Moved off to college, moved out west for a number of years and came back, and that's kind of right around when enduro racing was heating up. So I started coming up here and after hours and doing some laps on my own and kind of training, and started getting some good results. So some friends that I used to race with from New Hampshire kind of were led onto it and started joining me in training here, and next thing you know, they were telling their friends and friends on friends, and it's grown. 4 years later, here we are. So I've always been an advocate for earning your turns, whether it's split boarding out in the winter backcountry or earning your turns cross-country trail riding. I love the fitness, I love the camaraderie of the group, going up with 10 people up Freedom Trail, climbing your way up to the top. It just adds to the atmosphere and the environment here. Highland is truly home for me. You know, I live 10 minutes down the road, and some of my best friends work here and ride here regularly. So it's just a special place. It's an amazing epicenter here. We're so fortunate to have Highland in our backyard.
When I was a senior in high school, I started working in a bike shop, and I was just a BMX kid and never tried mountain bikes before, and the bike shop employees brought me up here to try it out. Rented a bike and had way too much fun, so I bought a bike. I had so much fun my first trip here, and even though I crashed more than a few times, trying to ride a mountain bike off a BMX bike. It was amazing. All the employees are great, all the locals were great, and the trails were even better. I had a couple years straight of just wanting to ride downhill and ride rocks and ride jumps, and from that I grew into the slopestyle world. So I just wanted to ride bigger and bigger jumps and do bigger tricks, basically BMX bikes on steroids. Riding at Highland, I've been able to ride rocky technical trails and 30-foot jumps on the same mountain, as well as intermediate and beginner jumps and an indoor park. It has taught me so many other things to ride on my bike, so many other ways to ride things on my bike and be smoother and be better in way more aspects of bike riding than just hitting jumps. Every couple of years when I have an apartment lease come up, I move a little bit closer to Highland. Now I live 4 miles away. I think it's about as close as I'm gonna get. Yeah, I can't get close enough to here. I wanna ride here every single day.
This will be year 4, second year doing downhill, but probably 4th year on a bike total. Going really fast on really smooth terrain has been just kind of eye-opening. I mean, I can't really find anything like this in a natural setting. All these man-made features and the really, really smooth terrain. You go faster because it's smoother. When you go onto terrain that's not as smooth, you're already comfortable going faster. The whole gamut helps your riding. Obviously, there's a lot of dudes in this sport, and all of my dude friends, especially here, are unbelievably supportive. And then when you move into the growing women's freeride movement that's here, there's a lot of really good women here that they don't push you too much, so they don't push you out of that comfort zone, but they definitely work you through it. They're able to explain it sometimes a lot better than some of my dude friends are. And then once everybody's riding together, everybody feeds off of the energy. Like everybody's stoked for you, whether you're hitting like your first drop ever and it's in Central Park, or you're doing Freebird and that's the biggest thing that you've hit ever. So it's this whole circle of people and friends that, for me, because I'm here so often, really do become family a lot of times, and a home away from home, I guess you would say.